for an update.
Oh, and we live. Right on time with the F and PS4 updates. This is boy Chavo, kicking it live to you with Coach Lee.
What up? What up? What up? How everybody doing today?
Yeah, we normally do the sports chatter show today, but it's been a long week for everybody. Riots or whatnot, or the death of George. That people been taking it hard. So sports been like on the last on the last of everybody's minds right now. Because
Definitely been a side note, man.
it's just the first time in my life I haven't thought about sports in like a week, man. It's been this been like bad, bro. Like extremely bad about this. So there's no sports topics this week. So what's your thoughts on the riots, Coach Lee?
Man, the riots. Well, first of all, man, I definitely want y'all to make sure I don't offend nobody, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
You know what it is, huh?
Now, as far as I definitely it's sad that people are losing businesses. It's sad that people are upset because they don't feel like they have a voice being heard. The whole riot thing is, we're doing it. So what's going to be next after that? Our voice is going to be heard. Are we going to be accounted for in the country? Is it proactive? I would like to think it is, but we know at the end of the day, people are losing lifelong dreams and ambitions, with businesses and whatnot. People losing their lives because, let's call it what it is. It's the reason why we at this point right now. So I want to make sure, as far as I'm concerned, and with my voice, to make sure that I'm responsible by what I say. I can say is be careful, man. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But remember why you're doing it. Remembering those you're doing it to. I think I saw on Smash the Topic this morning, my wife was showing me a video where, it was his husband and a wife, a boyfriend, girl, whatever the case may be, but it was a couple that was driving a truck and they went to attack them. I'm like, that's us. Why we doing that? We got to make sure that we're being constructive with it. So, there's two versions of it. You got the Dr. King version, and then you got the Brother Malcolm X version, to where they're both on extreme sides. But what they did have is they had organization. So you got to make sure that in that aspect that we're organized to where we're efficient, we get a point across, and change actually occurs.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I've been fuzzy. But I'm just trying to get it right. But that's well put, man, Coach Lee. And I'm like on the same borderline with this. Yes, I'm all about, the voiceless, making their voice heard. But if it has to have the right message. And a lot of people getting caught up in the anger of it all and not the message. Like, you can be pissed off, but you got to hit the direct target.
Yep.
And me, I don't care if I offend people. That's just me. I don't care, but my thoughts are my thoughts. But like you say, attacking brothers and sisters, burning down like the guy post I put that he lost his life businesses, and he's lost his life savings and all that, and somebody gonna tell me, oh well, he got to GoFundMe. Well, I shouldn't have to worry about a GoFundMe to save my ass.
Yeah.
We're black. We're black minorities, and we got to count on GoFundMe because y'all attacked the wrong business. Like the truckers, y'all attacking black people. Like if this is about a black guy who died, why attack someone that looked like him? You're not hurting none of the privilege. I keep hearing people saying, "Oh, the privilege going to hit." You're not hurting them. They got insurance. You're not hurting them. You're not hitting the distribution centers. You're not hitting their neighborhoods. You're in your neighborhood destroying it. You got to live there after this stuff is over, and you got to rebuild. Not them. They're not affected by this.
Right.
We're affected by this. And, you know, like even in Atlanta last night, that pissed me off. He saved Waffle House. But, you know, save other businesses, man, like other businesses that might be for the community.
Right.
Like what the College Football Hall of Fame has to do with any of this, man? Y'all stole items out the College Football Hall of Fame. What does that have to do with this thing, man? Like, attack stuff that has to do with it. Okay, police stations. I get it. You're mad at the police. Boom, at least that makes sense. With the College Football Hall of Fame and you're stealing priceless stuff, that turns the message. And Martin Luther King or even Malcolm X would have been pissed off with that.
Right.
Because it turns the message. And a lot of people don't want to hear that because they think you're against them. But it's like, okay, I'm all about tearing shit up. I told this to somebody yesterday. But make sure we have a plan when we tear shit up. Don't just tear shit up for the sake of tearing shit up. And a lot of these people are just, they're making it counterproductive. Because now they're changing the narrative. And you don't want it to change the narrative because George is getting lost in this. George lost his life.
Yep.
And they're changing the narrative and you're letting people like Trump and all these other racist people change the narrative. I know we might have some Trump supporters on here, but Trump has been saying some terrible things in the media, and Twitter had to block one of his tweets. But you're letting these people who like to change the narrative change the narrative. And it's getting away from George, and it's getting on the riots, and you don't want that.
See, that was my whole thing, having watched, the video where George lost his life, man, and it's very unfortunate. It's heinous. But I think at that point in time, we had people's attention. They was like, okay, so what do y'all need? We had the attention, but now, like you said, we've moved the target now. All on social media, man. It's depressing. All you seeing is, see, this is what we told you. This is what they do. Don't feed into that. Be constructive with it. If anything, take your dollars, spend your money elsewhere. Buy black. If you really want to do that.
All minorities.
All minorities. All minorities, man. If you feel that strong about it, change your buying habits and patterns. Because at the end of the day, some of these people, we're tearing up our own neighborhoods. Just like they did in Baltimore. That CVS that was torn up, from my understanding, reading articles on it, it took a lot to even get that CVS there so the elderly can have a place to get their medication. And we tore it up. So right now, all around the country now, we're doing the same thing. We're tearing up our neighborhoods. We're tearing up places that we are patrons to. Have a plan. I definitely feel the anger and compassion. I guarantee you, any person of color, and particularly any black male, you got a story to tell as to how you felt like your rights were violated, or you had a bad interaction with the police officer. I guarantee everybody has a story about that. I was on my conference call yesterday for my job, and man, they, normally it's a situation where they talk about business and things of that nature, talk about the merger, how things are going to be integrated and whatnot. But when we got on, it was completely different. They actually took the time to have some of our senior leadership. It was 5 panelists, all black people on there, to tell from their perspective. And it hit me while I was on that call, man. I started getting text messages and things of that nature from coworkers asking, is this your world? They were clueless. And I said, yeah, this is what we live through every day. I think that's the first step right there. A lot of people, hey, I'm in this nice neighborhood. I'm at this school. They never said it doesn't affect them. But you turning your eye to it, and it's out there, and people are telling you it's out there. You don't go to try to educate yourself. You don't go and try to find out how you can positively influence it. That's part of the problem. I think at the end of the day, everybody's got to take accountability for it. You know, non-minorities, if you got family members, co-workers, peers, and they talk and act a certain way around you, disassociate yourself from them. Don't say it's okay. Because at the end of the day, guess what? Racism and hate is taught. Our kids are not born coming out of the womb, you know, I hate, you know, black people. I hate white people. I hate Hispanics. I hate Asians. That's taught. That is poured into the spirit. And until we take care of our four doors and we address it on an individual basis at home, it's going to continue to happen. And that's all races. Because, no, truth be told, man, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure we all got mixed blood at some point or some point. And we have people, friends that we care about that are going to be affected by this. And, you know, George, man, I went to school with dude, man. That's unfortunate to have to see a teammate down like that, man. It's difficult. It's difficult, man.
It had to be painful, man, to see your man's on the ground like that. And I didn't have conversations with my stepson that I shouldn't be having. As for an 8-year-old, bro, I gotta tell him, hey, you can't go out there like that. That is scary. Like, he likes to dress up in costumes, masks. I said, bro, you can't even go out there like that, bro. And it's sad, man. A kid can't even be a kid. And I try to explain to people who are non-minorities that, hey, we live differently. We have to live differently. Man, it's scary, man. Like, we get scared when police are behind us and we're not doing anything, wrong. And that's a fear that, unless you're in the shoes, you understand. A lot of people don't understand that fear, and I think a lot of people don't want to, believe that that's out there. And I get the other side of it. Like, I want to live and want to think that the justice system is for everybody, but the other side of that coin is it's not. And it's like, that has to get changed. So whoever the next president, senator, House of Representatives have to do police reform. It has to. It's time. Because it's going to get to a point to where citizens start fighting back. And then that's what you don't want. Because if you have that, they call in the National Guards and it's going to be a full-on war.
Yep.
And like I tell people, us black people, let's be real, we're not ready for that. We're not ready because we don't have enough resources.
We have no infrastructure.
We have no infrastructure. We don't own no supermarkets, no hospitals. We don't own, overall, majorly. We might have some here and there. We're talking about across the United States. We don't have any of that stuff. We barely have schools. We barely have all this. So if we have a war, we don't have enough resources to sustain that war. If they just say, you know what, we're cutting it off. And that's what I'm trying to tell people, or this useless rioting. It's like, riot for a point. Man, I'd have hit one of them distribution centers, they would have caught their attention. Like, oh shit.
That interrupts their money.
That's indeed. Because they can't, look, you can have the business, but you don't have no product to put in the business. Oh, man, getting their attention. But destroying the store, okay, I got 40,000 more stores. Shit, what's one store? That's what they're looking at, man. Them big major businesses, you gotta think, we're playing checkers. They're playing chess. They're like, okay, we're getting insurance money off of that. You ain't worrying about that. They just made us more money. And then we put it back there, y'all still gonna buy from there. So it's like, you're not really doing anything, and people don't want to hear that because they're angry. And I understand the stages of grief. I said that on my show the other day. We're in the anger stage, but you got to get out the anger stage and start getting to the bargaining stage and start thinking. Mm-hmm. You cannot just destroy shit because you're mad. That's like a little kid getting mad because you told him you can't go outside. You just start breaking shit up. that's is counterproductive. Now, okay, we broke shit up. Now let's organize and get our rights and our feelings out there. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, I agree. Okay, y'all rioted. Now, okay, after a while, it becomes thuggery. It becomes you being thugs. After a while, that's how it comes off. Because it only works for like a day or two before it gets old, and then like, okay, these people are criminal. You don't want that narrative to shift from being angry to being criminal, because all they have to do is bring the military in there, and it's over.
Yep.
You're not winning that battle. I don't care how many guns you have. I don't care how many weapons you have. You're not beating the military, because the military has all that shit. And now they have shit they don't even have to bring soldiers. They'll bring drones in there to clear out city blocks.
Yep.
So it's like, y'all have to think, hey, now we did this. We're pissed off and not taking it anymore. Here's our demands. Even our person who takes a hostage have demands. We don't have any demands right now. We just, right, we're mad. Let's break this shit up. There's no plan. And like I said, y'all think y'all doing Brother Malcolm's thing, but Brother Malcolm had a plan. When Brother Johnson got beat up, he didn't break shit up. He just got like a whole bunch of bodyguards, a whole bunch of the Fruit of Islam lined up, didn't move, and they were scared. You don't have to break shit up, but you can go show to the police department in full force, saying we're not taking this shit no more. And it'll be on the police to look evil, because they attack people not doing them anything. They look evil. But now you're looking evil because you're destroying, the neighborhoods. That's how they're going to spin it. He who controls the media controls everything, Coach Lee.
Yep.
And that's the narrative that is coming out now. You don't hear nothing that much about George anymore. Okay, they arrested the cop. Okay, good. They arrested him, but he's not convicted. But all you see is riots in Atlanta, riots in this place. I was like, Georgia, where was y'all riding when Ahmaud Avery died? Don't copycat off of Minnesota. Where was y'all anger? That's why I'm mad about Atlanta. I'm like, where was y'all anger when Avery died, man? This man was dead for like what? It was 2 months? Yep. 2 months before I found out, and now y'all want to be pissed off? Man, Atlanta, get out of here with all that, bro. Y'all just doing that shit because y'all copycat. I hate Atlanta anyway, but Atlanta, y'all just doing that. Y'all down bad because when y'all didn't march for Avery, y'all did not. So don't try to piggyback off of Minnesota, because Minnesota got pissed off to the point of destroying shit. No, Atlanta, you don't get no pass from me. Y'all niggas was scared to do that. And I'm sorry for using the N-word, but it pissed me off because y'all did not move, y'all did not march, y'all didn't do anything for Ahmaud Avery, who died senselessly too. So y'all look foolish in Georgia. I'm just saying it looks foolish. Because I'm like, now we want to riot.
Yeah, they're taking a message, like you say. It's unfortunate that man lost his life, especially under those circumstances. But we don't want to drown out that message. We don't want him to have died in vain, because they control the narrative. Like you say, the media will spin this.
Yes,
and even though we have a right to be upset, even though we have a right to be concerned and alarmed, but they're going to control the narrative to where now, again, like I said earlier, they're going to flip it on us, and they're going to be like, see, I told you, this is what they do. This is why they can't get anything done. No, they don't act this way when there's black on black crime. They control the narrative. Be constructive in your processes. Some people may say, y'all up there bootlicking and, y'all coons and whatnot. It ain't what it is, man. And I'm far from that. I'm going to be down for mine. I want to be down for my people. But you've got to do it in a means to where the message is not drawn out. We take action to where we get results. And that's why we're here. This has been going on, what do we do after the civil rights marches? when we started getting voting rights and we started getting opportunity, what do we do with it?
Shit.
Because we did something with it, we wouldn't be here right now.
I can tell you what we did with this shit. They got people who don't vote. Like, and my grandmother tell me stories of how she had to get voting rights. She had to count marbles in a jar. And even she got the answer right, they still told her she got it wrong. And she had to go back 4 or 5 times. And my grandma is light skinned. She's not dark skinned. My grandma is light. So this is not a dark skin thing. It's not because I'm dark skinned. My grandma is light. You see how you even think that's my grandma. And she tells me about the hatred she endured. And that's why I go vote. I don't care if my vote don't count. But I owe it to her to go vote. Because she could have died and then all this. And we don't vote in local elections. We don't vote in the Senate, House. But we want to get mad because we got 2 shit-ass presidential candidates. If you learn anything about civics, the president can't do nothing if the House and Senate is solid.
Right.
So what happened is we got the Senate that's not solid, and we got a dumbass president right now who spews hate, and now the Senate let him run wild, and that's why we're in the position we are with coronavirus. That's why we're in this position now with this. It's like if you can't see that the nation needs an overhaul in Washington, then I don't know. You just blinded. I think at this point. I think it's not about party lines because I tell them they all to me work for the same damn team.
Yep.
They all gonna fuck us.
Career politicians and crooks.
They gonna fuck us. If one, the Democrats are gonna take you out to dinner before they fuck you. The Republicans, I'm telling you the truth. I told it to my girl the other day, and she laughed just like you. I said, the Democrats gonna take you out to dinner, tell you how nice you look. They're gonna be supportive. They're going to stroke your hair lovingly before they ram it in you. The Republicans don't care. They're just going to throw you down, get you drunk, and fuck you. That's all they're going to do. That's what it is. They own the same team. They're not for Americans. They're for they self, man. And you got to start putting people in there as for the people. You got to put your people in there. That's how democracy works. That's how it worked in Rome. They put the people in there. We don't put our people in there. We don't vote.
Nope.
And you got to start making your voices heard in smarter ways. Like, this is making, the riots, your voice is being heard, but now that voice is going to get turned into a voice you don't want.
Yep.
Like you said, Coach Lee. And if you keep on pushing the envelope, they're going to flip that shit to where they have you looking like criminals. And then that's when they're going to be allowed to mobilize the military. And I don't want any more people to die senselessly for dumb shit. I'm tired of seeing people dying, bro. Like cutting poverty life, man. I'm tired of that, man. And people get mad and call you, like you say, call you a coon. Shit. One of our partners got called a coon in the group. And basically called a coon because he don't agree with Kaepernick. And I get my business point to point. After kneeling, what did he do? Like, besides go silent and then talk when shit happens. That's all he was saying. He was not saying Kaepernick wasn't important. He was not saying Kaepernick was that. It's like he's a figurehead. He's not an organizer. We need an organizer. He could be a figurehead. Yes, he could be. Yes, you can thank him for starting a conversation. You can thank him, but don't treat him like he's Jesus. Don't treat him like he's Jesus, and he can't be talked about. Now he just come from the Jay-Z school of what's next. That's what but to attack our group, to attack 3 brothers who trying to bring us a media source, that's wrong in itself. And they have people attacking us because we have a different viewpoint. Everybody has a viewpoint, and that's what we built this on. Your viewpoint is value. That's why we don't delete nothing unless it's racist. That's why we don't delete nothing, unless it's harmful and it can cause harm to other people. Right. But if you have different points of view, we do not delete anything out of our group. We don't, like, if you wanted to write what you wanted on this podcast, we would not delete or ignore it because we want to give everybody a voice. But to attack that man and then attack our group, man, hell no, man. I'm not standing for that because it's counterproductive. Just because nobody agree with you, don't call that man a coon. And that's what we do as black people, and they don't want to hear it. But when somebody has a different viewpoint, they call him a coon. They call Martin Luther King Jr. a coon. They call different people coons that wasn't coons when we come to find out. You have to stop doing that. That C word is dangerous too. That's a dangerous word because that can get somebody's life taken. Calling somebody that.
Very divisive word.
Yeah, that's almost worse than the N word. You cannot call another black man a coon. You call me a coon, I gotta draw blood from you. That's real. Because I'm probably more militant than I put on. But it's about being civil with your militancy.
It's a time and place for it.
Yes, you gotta be civil. Because if you come out there all loud and stomping and mad, man, nobody listening to you with that shit, man. It is like, okay, it's gonna die down. We gonna get one of these stars they like to drop an album and they'll forget about this shit in a week. And it happens every time. Watch somebody drop an album or watch some Jordans or something drop and people gonna forget about this shit in a week.
Yep.
So what was all the tearing the shit up for? People forgot about Trayvon Martin. People forgot about Sandra Bland. People forgot about these people. You don't even hear their names brought up anymore.
Philando Castile.
Yeah. Trayvon Martin killer still walking around talking shit. Why is he still living there where all these militants at? Why is he walking around? He's walking around talking shit, selling the gun that he shot Trayvon Martin with. And y'all not mad at that. But y'all want to test shit up and tell me how tearing shit up works. But George Zimmerman is still walking around here free. He got away with murder. I'm not advocating murder on that man. I don't want people to twist my words. But I'm like, if you're a real militant, he wouldn't be walking around. The Black Panthers was alive, he wouldn't be walking around free. Or he'd have got his ass whooped. One of the two.
See, and that's I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead, Coach Lee.
I want to say, you mentioned the Black Panthers. They were organized. My challenge for my brothers and sisters are, when you see police stops or people being apprehended, be there. You know what that does? Because if some shadiness goes on, it's accounted for. Somebody's got the story to tell. Whenever they saw people getting arrested and getting roughed up, what did them brothers do? They stood right there, legally possessed firearms, and they made sure, if a dude's criming, or if they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, and the police are apprehending them, okay, if you're doing wrong and you're breaking the law, you need to be accounted for. But you don't deserve to get beat. You don't deserve to get tortured. You don't deserve to get killed. Make sure that we hold them accountable. Do the job that we hired y'all to do. Protect and serve. I also want to challenge my brothers and sisters. If you got people in your family and friends that want to get involved in law enforcement, don't call them a sellout.
Nope.
Don't call them a coon. Encourage them to do that. So we got more people that look like us policing our communities. More people that look like us in positions of power. Because once we are in that type of situation, then we got some skins in the game. We got a plate at the table.
Yes, indeed.
Then we can institute changes.
Speak, brother, speak. But man, I didn't want Lewis to think we was ignoring him, man. So I put it up there, man.
And I agree with him on that. I agree with him on that too.
Yes, indeed, Lewis. You making some good points, Lewis. That's true. Because why you think we don't have anything in most neighborhoods now, man? Because we tear this shit up. Either we rob it. I'm gonna say, let's be honest. Because before we can check, white people on us, we have to check us. Why you think all the shit in the black neighborhoods be run down or have bulletproof glass everywhere? We steal out these people's shit. We let people do dumb shit, and it's not like I'm being I call a coon and try to blaming the black man for George murder. No, there's nothing to do with George. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about our community. We have to clean up our own community and hold people in line. That's what the older folks did. They held people accountable. Like, hey, man, don't bring that shit over here because it's going to make it bad for everybody.
Everybody.
And a couple bad apples will ruin our message. And they don't realize that. You cannot have bad apples doing dumb shit and then try to tell them, hey, we need to fight for our, we need to respect our rights. Well, look at so-and-so over here stealing this, killing this person for no reason. So why the hell should we respect y'all? And that's what the problem is. We don't hold each other accountable for that. Hey man, cut that dumb shit out. And
stop snitching, man. Stop snitching.
Yeah, stop snitching. And nobody say snitch to the cops, but we don't hold each other accountable. Hey man, that was telling some young brother like who might be lost on the way. Hey man, that's some dumb shit you doing. We don't have nobody who do that. Even the drug dealers back in the day used to tell people, hey, used to tell me I was in the park, man. You don't need to be in the park at the dark, bro. I know you're a basketball player. You're an athlete. Go inside right now, dog. This ain't you. These drug dealers who do that shit in the hood. This ain't you, bro. You smart. Get out of here. We don't even have that anymore, bro.
No.
And it's like we need to have that in our community. We need to straight up start holding everybody accountable for doing stuff that's going against the cause. Because we keep ending up at this point. Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, we all had the same anger. It's the same anger we still have from that. And it keeps happening because we don't change. And that's why it keeps happening and people don't want to hear it. It keeps happening because we go to the same pattern. We get mad, tear shit up, forget about it. After the shit torn up, there's nothing more to tell. We forget about it. And then it happens again. Oh shit, we mad again, tear shit up, forget about it. It's time to stop forgetting about it. Okay, we done tore the shit up. Now let's get our voices out there. Y'all have to vote and put people in there, like you said. You have to put people in there. You gotta have people. And so you gotta have people in there that's going to have your best interests at heart. That's cops, firemen, paramedics, doctors, lawyers, all that. And all these things, you gotta have people that's gonna look out for your people.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people, you know who the only group that don't have a lobbyist group in DC? Black people.
Why is that, man? That should piss you off just as much as you feeling like you don't have a voice. You have no representation. Why you don't have no and you know why we don't have no representation? Like you say, we don't get out and vote. Or we put ourselves in a situation where we lose our voting rights.
Yes.
Why?
We don't have a lobbyist group. And so when somebody told me that, bro, I'm like, you're a damn lie. I know you're a lie. The person showed it to me, and I was speechless. We don't have a lobby group in Washington, so we don't have our voices heard. That's why our neighborhoods are piss poor. That's why we're in the bottom of nothing. We're the bottom of everything because we don't have, like you said, no representation. We have the most buying power, and it's backwards. We have our money. The black dollar is the most powerful dollar because we spend it, and we don't save.
Spend it as soon as we get it.
I know some people stimulus check gone, so they got it. I'm talking about, damn, I wish I'd have saved my stimulus. Gone. The black dollar is powerful, and we have no lobbyist group, none. And you expect us to change after this. I know poor George lost his life, bro, but I'm being real with myself, bro. Ain't nothing gonna change, bro. They're gonna apologize, but the system gonna stay the same, bro. And that's what it's been. It's gonna stay the same until we change, bro. Until we change.
Here's where I'm lost at a little bit. So when it popped off and it happened, it was kind of quiet. Everybody's kind of, okay, so what's going to happen next? Because I think certain people anticipated it's going to pop off sooner than what it did. But once it happened, there was chatter about they need to be fired. Okay, they fired him.
They fired him.
Next it was, well, ain't no charges filed. He's still walking. Okay, they arrested him. He's in jail now.
He's in jail. And that was the first thing they ever done that, they said.
I don't agree with the charges that he had. No, third-degree manslaughter. That's
third-degree murder, manslaughter. But you gotta have something that's gonna stick.
Gotta have, well, you gotta have some on stick, but you gotta also remember as details continue to come out, we still ain't heard about the body cam if it was on or off.
Yeah.
So those charges can be upgraded.
Yes,
that's what we gotta remember. Also, there's a little bit more to the story, man. My question is, and I've talked to people personally about it, is there was 3 people in that vehicle. It was George, another black male, and another female. Who were they? Where they at? Because from I saw a article, the shot where he supposedly, where keep in mind originally they said he was forging checks, but it was a counterfeit $20 bill. The shop that they tried to pass the money in, that lady is the actual shop owner. She called the police, but the first guy, not George, he's the one that went in with the $20 bill that was fake. She gave it back to him. They went back outside. George came back in and he tried to pay, but she said the bill looked suspicious. Now, keep in mind, a lot of people say, well, see, he's doing something he had a business doing. But let me take it another step further. First of all, go out and read. There's stuff out there for us.
Yeah.
The actual shop owner continued to say he personally knew George. He frequented his shop all the time. Nice guy, nice spirit. And he said he's willing to bet that George didn't even know that that bill was counterfeit. Let that stick with you. And the lady that was in the shop, yeah, once he gave her the bill that she thought was shady looking, she's the one that called the police. But she immediately called back to the man that owned the store and said, they are killing him. What do I need to do? He said, you need to call the police on the police. Let that stick with you, man. Don't let this be in vain. You know,
that is tough.
As a father, it pained me, man, to have to sit down and show my son that video Tuesday. Because when I first saw it, I didn't recognize him. You know, you gotta keep in mind, though, I graduated from college in '98, so it's been 22 years. So a lot of stuff changed physically. I didn't recognize him at first until another friend and teammate posted his high school picture. And I'm like, oh, snap. I know this man.
Right.
And I had to sit down and show my son that, you know, my son's 20, but he's a young black male. He's going to experience the same stuff that we've experienced growing up in that age. But what hurt me the most is watching his face after he finished watching it. I can see he was visibly shaken. And then I had to immediately follow that up with the conversation with my son to let him know, hey, not all police officers are bad cops. There's some good ones out there. But never put yourself in a situation to where you have to find out who a bad cop is. That's where we got to start at. Don't give them a reason to mess with us. Don't give them a reason to be put in our lives like that. You got family members that want to be police officers, encourage them to be the ones patrolling our neighborhoods because they understand us. There's no fear factor there. Let's keep it real. We're feared anytime because we are emotional people. We're passionate. A lot of people take that as aggression.
That, and we bigger and stronger.
Yes.
I look at it like me. I'm like what? I'm 6'3", about 255, man. And I had to look at that like and like, you know, I look at it in the lens of somebody else. If I'm all animated, shit, I can't take this big motherfucker down. I might have shoot him. I might have strangled him. And George was a big guy, so they looked at it as he probably was like, man, I'm not doing anything, and you know, I'm not making no excuses for him, but I'm just telling you their mentality, bro. They're like, yeah, he big, you gotta take him down. Boom, because even in the place where I work, I have to take people down bigger than me, but we have to make sure they're breathe. So that we did similar training as the police, but not as intensive. And even in that training, they tell you, hey, when you get them to the ground, you have to make sure they're breathing. You got to check their breathing.
Roll them on. You're supposed to immediately, once you have them apprehended, roll them on their side.
On their side. and you have to check their breathing.
That's why the hog tie is outlawed in law enforcement.
And people don't, and that's what you need. That's why I think this case should be open and shut. Because in training, they tell you, hey, you got to make sure they're breathing. You can't put your knee even in their back or side, they say. You can't put your knee on them at all. And this is in the psych, the psych tech training. So I know the police officers got that same training. The knee in the neck is, I'm getting all these people talking about the knee. You got all these people coming out talking about they still breathing with the knee in the neck. I said, there's a difference between your friend putting the knee on your neck. He ain't gonna put his full weight on you. This dude had his hand in his pocket, putting all his weight on the dude's neck. He couldn't breathe.
Hand on his pocket. And I'm gonna call it what it is, with a shit-eating grin on his face.
Yes, with a pistol. Like, I couldn't watch it. It's the hardest 9 minutes of my life. And I thought about all the times I've been, as a kid, getting racially profiled, bro. Walking home from a white school. I went to a white school. I went to a predominantly white school at Tulane University. And I used to get stopped with a book sack on my back and a polo on. It was like I'm going wild. I used to try to dress not urban. I'm going to say screw it. I used to try to dress white. And it still didn't work. and I'm saying, I'm just being real. I tried to dress as preppy as I could, and it still didn't work. So I was like, screw that. I'm just going to dress like I want to dress now. Because I got slammed on the ground by cops. And my mom, this she probably watching it now. Now hey, mom got slammed on the ground by cops. I didn't get arrested because my record was clean and they couldn't do nothing. They couldn't, they couldn't bust, they couldn't enforce me. I used to tell them, hey, wallet. I remember my mom used to tell them where your wallet is. Wallet, right pocket. So I don't want you to be up there trying to plant something on me. So there's a conversation you got to tell your kids now, and a lot of white families don't have to go through that. They can just have their kids be whatever.
They're truly free.
They're free. we have to say, hey, look, when the cops come, make sure you have everything on the dashboard. Make sure you have your cell phone running. Hands up. Cell phone running. And that's too much. And people
shouldn't have to do all that.
And I'm saying, being racially profiled is not fun. Sitting in the handcuffs when you didn't do nothing wrong is not fun.
Nope. We all got a story to tell in that aspect.
I'm saying, that damn car be hot. That car be hot. I'm just being real with you. I was glad I got that and not what George got.
Right. Because
I knew that would kill my mom right there. If I was to die senselessly, man, that would fuck. She would be in the grave right next to me, and I only can imagine how this dude family feel, man. And people don't understand, or some people don't understand. Like the racists don't understand. But I'm like, bro, if we did it to your people, we would be called animals, and we get called animals for less. So that's why I'm like,
more or less.
So that's why I'm like, stop looking like animals tearing up the damn neighborhoods, because that's what you're giving them ammo for. Because you know what they're saying? All the Facebook posts, you're giving them evidence. Look at these animals. That's what they're saying. I told you, do one thing, don't go their way, they tearing shit up. That's what they're saying. That's the narrative now. They switch from George. Is it justice for George or this breaking up shit? Which one is it? Because I thought it was justice for George. Now, right now, the Minneapolis police are doing, the state is doing what they need to do. I ain't gonna say the police. The dude is arrested and fired. It's not like he's getting paid administrative leave. So it's a different case from the other cases. They're trying to do what they need to do. So they heard you. Like you said, fire him. Okay. Him and all other people involved fired. Okay, they fired. Arrest them. They're arresting them. Now just tell them what you want. Because right now we have the power right now to get what we want. Because it was so egregious what the dude did that white people couldn't turn their eyes to that shit. It's because you got the man down.
They couldn't. It was right there. It was on their front doorstep, right in their face. They couldn't turn away from it.
They
But
can't
guess what?
turn away from it.
But guess what we've done? Because of now what's going on, we've taken away from that. And
Yes.
again, see, we told you. Now they coming out talking about my man. He had underlying health conditions. He had drugs in the system. First of all, how can you say he got drugs in the system? It takes 4 to 6 weeks to get back a toxicology report.
Exactly.
So I'm glad that his family, because his family said they knew that the death examiner's report was going to be BS. So they already had and have a second opinion lined up.
Oh, you know
because it's coming. Truth will come out. But at the end of the day, I don't give a damn if he was high on crack. He still don't deserve to die at the hands of somebody that's supposed to be public servants and protect and serve at the end of the day. No matter how you flip it. It's not like he had a suicide by cop type of situation, or he's shooting at the police, or he took him on a high-speed chase. None of that happened. You got people coming out. I've been getting into it with other people of colors, I've been keeping it civil, but they're like, he shouldn't have resisted. Okay, the report came out here said that he resisted. But there's other video out there. He's sitting down on the wall. He's not resisting. Where's he resisting at? They walk him over on the other side of the street, but it's blurry. You can't, it's inconclusive as to what happened at that point in time. So what do you got to do next? You got to rely on the body cam. Where's the body cam? But also, you got to remember, the police union is one of the strongest unions in the United States.
Yes, indeed.
Before those dudes got fired, I guarantee that police union was contacted, and they had to sign off on that. And they pulled the trigger in 48 hours? Because they know something shady was there. They know something shady was there. Dude, wife don't file for a divorce.
Shit, that nigga lost everything.
He lost everything because she trying to get that stuff in her name because she know they about to lose it all.
Everything. We'll put this way. I'm gonna say it like this. Excuse my language. He know what it is to be a nigga now. He in jail and lost everything.
Yep.
Let's be real. I'm not saying, that's what just the saying, but you know what it is to be one now.
Put him in gin pop. Put him in gin pop.
Don't put him in. Don't put him in. Say. Put him in. Say.
It's a state case.
Let him get his ass whooped in gin pop every day.
This ain't fed. He shouldn't be in the country club. He didn't go to state.
Don't be surprised if he be finding himself hanging from a cell, bro. I'm just being real. That's what usually happens. And I'm like, just let it play out before you go full postal. Like,
I can get this. I can get this if the riots came about is after he went to court and he was found not guilty. Oh, I get it then. I get it then.
Shit. Burn the whole thing, rule the tutor, burn it down. Like, but gotta let it play out first. Let it play out. Don't show your hand too early, man. It's like in anything. Chess, poker, any game, because all this shit is a game, bro. You don't realize that the United States uses us as pawns in their game, bro.
Everything.
It's all a game. You gotta learn your place in the game first before you can change shit. Once you learn your place, you can change shit. And it's not like I'm saying, thinking yourself lowly, but you gotta know where you are in life. Like if you don't have a high-powered job, bro, most likely, you can't change much right now.
Right.
You just need to get into the hands of the people who can change shit. Get your voice out to the people who can change shit. And this is what I'm challenging these rappers we done made money to, these athletes. It's time for y'all to stand up and use y'all power and use y'all influence to say, hey, we're not doing shit. Then you think about an NBA season about to start, we ain't playing shit until something get done. That's what we need to use our power. You can't play the NBA without black people. Nobody's gonna watch JJ Redick all day. Nobody's gonna watch that shit. Let's be real. Nobody's gonna watch JJ Redick and who else? Maybe Tyler Hero, I guess. Nobody's gonna watch that shit. Nobody's gonna watch football without Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson and all them. Nobody gonna watch that shit. I'm sorry, nobody's gonna watch it. I'm not trying to say we're superior and everything, but most of your athletes, great athletes, are black. Let's be honest. We're just being honest. Nobody gonna watch that shit. Nobody got short attention span to watch baseball all day or hockey. So nobody gonna watch that shit. Like I'm just saying, it's real talk. Real talk. We just being real because we real here. Use your power. It's like they have power to change shit. The average everyday Joe don't have power to change shit on their own. But LeBron James say I'm not playing until shit get right. That'll make people head spin. But it's time to all get together and use our voices that are not being heard and put it out there. Don't do it. Now, I don't need you to be taking photos with a hoodie on. I don't need you to tell me how sorry you are. Go out there and stick it to them damn owners. Make them lose money. COVID show you they panic when they lose money.
Yep.
Make them lose some more.
Yep.
It's time for all this talking to stop. Like all this little, this back and forth. I'm sorry, I'm sorry this happened and all that. It's time for action, the right action, not blowing shit up, but the right action. Hey, we're not taking this shit no more. You know what? We're gonna take our best athlete out of there. Come on, LeBron. Come on, you too. Come on, Kawhi. Come on, all this. Come on. Y'all ain't gonna have it.
They know that. That's why they pulled some of our best athletes out of the Negro leagues, because they knew it was talent and it was a pool of talent over there. And they knew that potentially it could have been a threat to their product. So what did they do? Diluted our product by infiltrating it and pulling us over there. So guess what? If it came down to it, it's called it what it is. Your actors, your music industry, and your athletes. If all of y'all were to just say, you know what? We finna unite and we finna go do our own thing over here. Guess what? The TV deal is gonna go where you go. Cause at the end of the day, they tuning in to see you.
Yeah,
you're the product. You're the commodity.
Yes,
they tuning in to see you. That's how you get attention. So, like you said, all these people that we put up on this pedestal, you got to talk to them, make them aware of it. Hey, we're the reason why you there. We appreciate the hard work and effort you put into it. But without our hard-earned dollars, or whoever tunes into it, you wouldn't be where you at. So, yeah, you owe something back to society.
Oh, yes, indeed. And all these, like T.I., man, I spoke on T.I. thing. He said, well, let's have a blackout on July 7th. Why July 7th? It ain't even June yet. So why we going to wait all the way to July 7th not to spend money?
Right.
That's bullshit. And then I'm saying one day, that's not going to hurt anything. Just to show them no. No. You do that. If you're going to do a boycott, Martin Luther King and them boycotted for what? It was like 200-something days?
Yep.
And maybe had to walk to work. We talking about buying stuff. You know what? How about this? Buy black. Like you said earlier. Go buy black. Go buy that. Go buy black or minority.
But let me ask you this. If you do that, do it with one caveat.
Yes.
Whatever, if you go buy black or buy minority, pay the price that they're requesting. Don't go in and try to barter them down, because you go over to anywhere else, you're not going to say, oh, that's too much. Can you give me a discount? Can you cut me a break? No. That's what the problem is. Respect that business owner the same you do as the other business owner.
And I had to tell T.I., and I gave him a lengthy rant. I'm like, that's bullshit what you asking us to do. So July 7th, why not July 4th? Why not,
why not July 4th? Why not Juneteenth?
Why not, how about May 30th? Because
anything.
July, what is so special about July 7th? I start thinking, was that George's birthday? What the hell is July 7th? Somebody got to reach out to T.I. to find out why we're doing July 7th. Because I say us protesting Independence Day. Okay, I'm all about protesting Independence Day. It wasn't free anyway. Let's be real. Black people wasn't free on Independence Day anyway. So I That's my excuse to pop fireworks. I really don't care about fucking Independence Day because my people
and just another barbecue holiday, man. Just give me another reason to go cook.
I don't give a shit. I'm being real because we didn't experience Independence Day till like Juneteenth. That's when the last person, because a lot of people don't know about Juneteenth.
Galveston Island. Galveston Island.
People be freaking free. And then people got screwed over. Them people was free
for a year.
For a year, yeah, no, at least a year or months. Them people were free, and them people had to be slaves for a year. And you know all they got was oops, I'm sorry. That's all they got was oops, I'm sorry. We should be celebrating Juneteenth more because it impacted our people. Like I said, the Hispanic people, they celebrate all the Independence Days. Hell, you know, they be laughing at us celebrating Cinco de Mayo. That's not even the Independence Day. He said, yeah, that's an excuse for y'all. Latino, a Mexican person told me, he said, that's just y'all excuse to drink. We don't pay no attention to Cinco de Mayo. Like, that's y'all. We make money off y'all buying our stuff. I said, hey, man, that's real. and it's not even a Mexican Independence Day. We be thinking, hey, that's the Mexican Independence Day we drinking. A whole other event happened on Cinco de Mayo. And I'm just saying, people don't realize they celebrate their heritage. Well, you know, white people celebrate their heritage. We don't celebrate nothing. We don't even celebrate Kwanzaa. We don't celebrate Kwanzaa. We don't celebrate Juneteenth. All this stuff. But you want us to be like, oh yeah, we all of a sudden we so pro-black. We don't celebrate nothing of our heritage. But our heritage is in everything, though. In the music, our heritage is in there. You know, the percussion session, the drumming and all that, they all come from Africa and all that, man. And we don't celebrate our heritage enough. And we need to. It's not, and then they make it seem like people who do celebrate it, they try to say they're too militant or too pro-black, which is a stupid thing I say.
No such
Let the people celebrate. Yeah, let the people celebrate. Just because I'm pro-black don't mean I'm anti-white or anti-this. I'm just celebrating my heritage. And we all need to celebrate our heritage more because a lot of people, we're lost. Some people are lost in our community. And we need to start celebrating our heritage so they know they can be something. I try to change people day by day at my job who are drug addicts, that may have mental issues. I try to tell them it's never too late to change, man. And they just don't have that belief in themselves because they wasn't taught. And I'm doing my part day by day by doing these podcasts, by going to work and talking to people and doing these clothing drives. You know, we're not doing it for clout. Trust me, we're not doing it for clout as it was said in the group.
Not at all.
You know, I hope that person is watching. We're not doing this for clout. We're doing this for a voice. We're giving y'all another outlet for your voice to be heard. Like Lewis, the only one I give you a shout out, Lewis. You're the only one talked on this show, Lewis. And your voice was heard. We showed it. Look, I'll show you a comment again, Lewis. And that's my biggest hater. That's my biggest hater, but that's my biggest hater. But I show it. He's speaking. We give y'all opportunities to speak. Get your word out. We're not doing this to gain fame. We're doing this for us. We're doing this. When we say us, we're doing this for everybody in the community, black, white, whatever. This is powered by the fans, like it says in our logo. We want y'all voices to be heard, and you know we're gonna wrap up because we've been in there about an hour. But I'm just saying, we just want y'all voices to be heard, and so it won't be like it was when we watched that video, man. Like,
right?
It felt like I couldn't breathe watching that video, and I hope another video like that don't ever come out again because that was heartbreaking. And I know it hurts you more because that was your man's, bro, and that shit hurt. Like I'm gonna say, it hurt watching it. Like I was speechless, and my girl couldn't even finish watching it. She just heard me watching it. She couldn't watch it. That's how fucked up that video is, and I hope they fucking put the needle in his ass. That's what he needs. That damn cop need to die for that shit because that was heinous. I don't want him to live. I don't want him to live a life in jail.
You know, before we wrap up, man.
I know, Lewis. I just call that's just me talking, bro. Because you know you always be on me, bro. Not hate. I know you don't hate me, bro. I know you don't hate me.
Hey, before we wrap up, though, man, I just want to again invite, people of not, people who are not of color, to reach out to the friends and neighbors that you actually have and talk with them, find out their perspective, look at life through their lens. Don't think just because it's not at your front doorstep or you don't have to go through it that it doesn't affect you. It does, because those are your neighbors, peers, co-workers, friends, loved ones, relatives even, that are next to you. Secondly, we got to change the narrative in our own community. We can't celebrate, the criminals and thugs and stuff like that. If somebody went to jail and they went to jail for the wrong reason, when they get out, yeah, you're supposed to celebrate that. But somebody went to jail and they've been in jail several times, we shouldn't be having no coming home celebration, man. I don't believe in that. I'm glad you home, but we finna buckle down and find out what the next step is for you. We can't be like, man, damn, dog, you home? So how long you home for this time? This is the third time. We can't be celebrating that. The whole stop snitching thing, I don't subscribe to that. To me, my definition of snitching is if we criming, I get caught and you don't, and I tell on you, that's snitching. Yes, not if I'm sitting here looking out my window and I see somebody shoot one of my neighbors down and I go say something. That ain't snitching. That's doing the right thing, man. That family deserves closure. That family deserves justice. Yes, thirdly, when it comes to your child's education, this one is near and dear to my heart. My wife works in the educational system. My mother worked in the educational system. My family background is in the educational system. I want to challenge you as parents. Anytime I got or my wife got a call about one of our kids when they were growing up were in trouble, I didn't jump their butts, but I immediately assumed, what did they do? Let's go find out what this story is. I'm not going to haul off and say, my kid didn't do nothing. My kid didn't do that. No, they calling you for a reason. Your kid not getting signaled. Nobody got time for that. Your kid is not getting signaled out because that teacher has it out for your kid. They did something. So as a parent, and they see this as a parent, you need to let them know that they will be held accountable for what they, because first of all, I send your ass to school to learn, not to clown.
Preach.
Get this education, because you don't want your kids' actions to prevent another one. Because this is why anytime we get in a situation where there's a authoritative figure, we buck, because we've always in the past, we've seen our parents buck it. We've seen, well, I know if I do something at school, I know my mama gonna come up here and raise hell, or my daddy gonna come up here and check the principal. No, it shouldn't be about that. You sit your ass down and you learn at school. Why? Because we need you. We need you to get that education. We need you to get that experience so we can put you in positions of doctors, lawyers, police officers, teachers, so because you can turn back around and invest into your community. What does that do? It builds wealth in our community, economically and socially. And once we do that, we got a voice. You can't just treat us any type of way. Right. That's my challenge to my brothers and sisters out there. We can't control the whole world, but we can control our four walls in our own home. Right. I'm done, man. I get riled up on here.
Man, I got one last thing to say, man, before I wrap up. I used to work in the juvenile detention. So I've seen what happens to juveniles when they come in there. And we need, like you said, with education, our youngsters need education. Because a lot of them on this, I'm about to die for the streets. And we got to get this mentality out of our neighborhood, out of our community. The streets don't give a damn about you, bro.
Unforgiving.
I used to tell them, how many of y'all people own the house you live in? How many people on the street you live on? They all say, "No, man, we rent Section 8, whatever." The streets gonna forget about you when you go to jail for 99 years. Your name won't be lost. You know who's not gonna forget about you? Your family not gonna forget about you. Your true friends ain't gonna forget about you. Like you said, that stop snitching culture gotta stop. Now, if you up there doing wrong and you snitch on your boy, yeah, you're a hoe. I'm sorry, yeah, that's snitching. You deserve to get your brains beat in because you were doing wrong. But if I see somebody rob this old lady down here, I'm a snitch because I'm trying to protect my community. No, we need to start policing our own community and get these bad apples out of here who are bad apples. And secondly, we need to stop destroying our community with drugs. Stop destroying our community with guns and all, like illegal guns. Now, you can bear your arms, but I'm talking about guns. I'm talking about when they used to steal it off the train. I'm talking about them type of guns. We need to stop it. We need to start protecting our youth. And that's the only way change is going to come. Or they're going to keep doing it. Like, yeah, Lewis, I see what you're saying. We are not ready for that war. Like, you was going to my next point, Lewis. You in my head. Get out of my head. But
we ain't ready for that, man.
We're not ready for war yet.
We don't own no gun manufacturers. We don't own no ammunition manufacturers. We don't own no transportation. We're not ready for that.
I'm just saying, we have to build our community first. And our community is hurting right now. And we got to wrap our arms around George and his family. This is not preserving this man's honor. This man wouldn't want you to hurt innocent businesses. People are losing their livelihoods through this foolishness. Okay, you made your point. At a point in time, it becomes overkill. And the message is going to get flipped. And once it gets flipped, you're not going to like what the media are going to portray y'all as. They're saying thugs already. But when people protest for not wearing masks with guns, white people, let's call it what it is, they protested not wearing masks. And they were called heroes by the fucking president. Good people. Let the people let that sink in. The president of the United States calling people who bitching over masks and can't get haircuts. I'm bald head anyway. Fuck the haircuts. So I'm just saying, I'm trying to make light of the situation because it's a devastating one.
Right.
He's saying people who went up to Capitol Hill in Michigan with guns were good people, but people who tearing up shit because they're angry because a senseless murder happened in their neighborhood are thugs. And y'all making it look, the ones out there doing it for the wrong reasons. Because they got some people who are really protesting. And I'm not trying to detract away from those people who are really doing it the right way. Right. I'm talking about the idiots who broke into the damn college football Hall of Fame. What does that have to do with anything?
Stealing big screen TVs and stuff.
Stealing lamps. I'm not just saying black people. They got white people stealing out there too. So me and my girl laughed at this lady running out the damn Target with 2 lamps. I know everybody seen her. She was hauling ass out there with the 2 lamps. It ain't just black people. I don't want you to think I'm talking about black. But we got to worry about us. Let them do the looting. Stop with the looting. We don't need the big screen TVs. We don't need that. This is not what George would have wanted. George just wanted to live. And y'all got to just not lose his message in all of this. I know y'all angry, and we know at STWF, we know y'all hurt. But it's time to start having a plan. You know, and educate our kids, man. Protect our young. That's what we got to do because we're older now. If you're over 30, you're not young no more. You're not you. You're not you. If you're over 30, we're not you. Now it's time for us to guide you because they will be in charge when we older. We're about to be the old guard. Yeah, like real talk. Somebody
I saw that too. a whole mannequin. It was kind of disturbing. I'm like, what are you gonna do with that?
Man, And I saw some man. They took a whole train out of. I think the kids museum and man, they had a whole train on the street going choo, bro. Like we still in pointless stuff that can be replaced.
Right.
You know what can't be replaced? Life.
Yep.
And George's life will never be replaced.
Never.
Sandra Bland, all those other people's lives will never be replaced. And let's honor them by building up our community so our kids don't have to live through this crap. So that's all I have to say about that, man. It was a good show, bro. Like, probably a much needed one, man. I know it wasn't more sports talk. That's just the name. Sports is just in the name. We talk about events here, man. So
we all friends here.
Yeah, friends. We're just trying to build a community, black, white, whatever. We don't care what you are. But long as you for brotherhood, man, we support you. We support your businesses in here. Like I said, we support your businesses. As long as you support ours, you know what I'm saying? So
even if we don't agree.
Yeah, even if we don't agree with
you. We can agree to disagree.
You don't agree with your business. But we all trying to build here, we trying to build a brotherhood, a network of friends. Share your businesses. Don't try to mooch off of us. Now, don't try to mooch because, hey, there's still a business. I don't tell people, this is not just a group. This is a business. This is a black-owned business. If you want to be real, it's 3 brothers put this together, and this is a business. It's not just a Facebook group because I'm seeing a lot of people saying that when they hate that, hey, after the BS group. It's more than a group, man. We're trying to build the first one of its kind, a media company, so we can control the narrative. That's why we tell y'all to speak, so we can have the right narrative out there. Oh, man. Lewis still talking. So
we got Lewis fired up today, and he's spitting facts, man. Yep. CNN, man. They call it the Clinton News Network.
Yeah,
because they always they're gonna get out there and they're gonna try to tell the story from our perspective, man. We tore that up.
Yeah, we tore CNN more than BET. BET ain't even owned by us no more.
Nah, I started watching BET almost 20 years ago, man.
It ain't bet no more, it's wet. MTV own them people, man. Come on, Viacom and all them own BET. They ain't even black entertainment television no more. They play the same movies over and over. I'm tired of saying Madea. I'm tired of saying Angry Black Woman. I want to see some new movies. BET used to be about music. What happened to the music? And it's tough CNN for what? Why? Like I say, them niggas in Atlanta, I'm going to say it real. Them niggas in Atlanta, y'all late. Y'all 3 months late almost. Y'all late. I don't want to see no rioting in Atlanta because that happened right down the street from y'all with Ahmaud Arbery, and y'all didn't do nothing.
Hey, even the ones here in Dallas, they late.
You're late.
When a man got I'm drawing a blank right now. We got killed in his home last year by a police officer. She essentially got off. Not a peep was heard.
Gene.
Yeah. That's it. There you go.
Yeah, this man was chilling. Wow, got shot in the back of the head.
In his house. In his house.
Oops, my mistake. She got 10 years. Think about it. She got 10 years in Dallas you didn't ride. The only time I respect Dallas is when that dude was going around killing cops. They got rid of that brother. You don't even hear about that brother no more when they blew it up. That's the only person from Dallas I've seen do something. Was that
Botham Jean. That's his name, Botham Jean.
But I'm talking about that brother. Remember they had the last riots in Dallas, and that brother got blown up by the robot. That's the only person I've seen do something in Dallas. So y'all late too. I just hope New Orleans, because a brother like Modesto, I think his name was Modesto, got killed by the cops. I hope they help to clear that up before. I don't want it to happen in New Orleans because we got too many lost souls in New Orleans. And our city, the city, I love my city, but our city can't recover from that, from burning. I know too many people who own businesses in New Orleans, bro.
Well, y'all hate those Falcons, man. But yeah, man.
Yeah, Falcons.
We love y'all. We love y'all, man. No, it's
Yeah,
about time. It's been on for a minute, but we felt like we needed to go, to jump on because we ain't really been heard from all week. But we love y'all, and
man.
I take accountability for your household, your own actions. That's the start. To Greg Floyd family, our condolences. May he rest in peace. He'll forever be a Javelina brother, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. Any more from you, Lewis, before we get out of here, bro? One more. I don't want to cut you off, bro. I think he done. I think we'll leave it with this one right here. We'll leave this one up there. Facility because it's useless. That's why they didn't. That's why they didn't ride, because it's useless. It's empty already. No trophies. This is your boy Chapo, kicking it with your boy Coach Lee. We'll be back with more content next week. Here you go. Thank you.
I appreciate it, y'all.
With more content next week. Till then, peace.
Peace. Y'all be out.